Bonjour and welcome to a new unboxing video, and today I've got this big box here which is full of goodies. It's full of Mego figures. Yes, once again it's Mego figures. Well, you know that I love Mego figures anyway, so I'm never going to resist talking about Mego figures with you. Those are very weird. It's basically weird. Well, yes and no. I mean, those are quite interesting because they are actually a wave called Wave 15, which contains only variants of the figures that have been released through Tops, the exclusive figures that Tops did that I spoke about not that long ago. So it's going to be interesting because for those people who actually missed the pre-orders for the Tops figure, they have actually another possibility of getting the figures, except most of them are different. I mean, not all of them are out yet. There's about half the wave at present, but the rest is coming up very soon. But I'm going to first show you the new versions, and also I will be able to compare with the top figures. This way you can see how different they are. Some are very different, some are not too different, but all are actually quite fun. So here you go, we've got this big box here and we're going to open them. So first of all, we're going to get them out of the box, and then we will do the comparison. So first of all, we do have the Plague of the Zombie from the Hammer movie. So basically you do have a beautiful packaging again, and the zombie, which we've already seen in the Tops figures, but we'll see that in details after that. Then we've got the Hunchback of Notre Dame, and the Hunchback of Notre Dame, this one is actually very different, but we'll get back to it later. Then we do have the Mummy, the Hammer Mummy, once again bit different. And then we do have Worf, which is still one of my favorite figures that they've released with Tops and with Wave 15. You will notice that this one is actually numbered because it appears that in Europe quite a few of the figures of Wave 15s are limited to 1000. So they're all individually numbered. So that's quite interesting because it means that there won't be that many, well, probably won't be that many Worfs available in the UK. I don't know if the US has the same thing, I doubt it, but it's interesting because at least it's a variant packaging for those people who are into that kind of thing. Then we do have the Borg Queen, which looks very similar to the one released by Tops, but we'll work out if it is similar or not. Then we do have the Phantom of the Opera. We do have then the Grim Reaper, and last but not least, we do have Zira from Planet of the Apes. So you will notice that she also is a limited edition in Europe. So does that mean she'll be difficult to find? I don't know. And then the last one that's released for now is another Planet of the Apes, and it is Taylor. And Taylor as well is a limited edition. So we're going to see that. I mean, I'm going to go very quickly about this. I sadly can't do the comparison because the Planet of the Apes from Tops were for a friend of mine, and I've given him his stuff. But I know that the original, well, the Tops Taylor was actually wearing is basically furs, that kind of thing. I mean, he was really not wearing proper clothes. He wasn't wearing the space suit. So the interesting thing is that Taylor now has the space suit, and when they release the Brent, the other spaceman, from Planet of the Apes, who was wearing the spacesuit, he will be wearing the slave outfit that Taylor was wearing in the Tops version. So it will be easy to do a swap, so you can have both versions. So Zira is actually quite different because I didn't show you the back of the pack, but all the backs of the packs are actually different from the Tops packaging. So for people who are into variation packaging, it's nice to have both because then you will have the different versions of it. Same thing with Zira. Obviously she has a different costume because of course the one that was released with Tops was a straight re-release of the figure from the 70s, whereas this one, she's wearing a 1970s style outfit when she goes shopping. So basically those two, as I said, in Europe at least, those two are numbered, and numbered edition 1000 units only of each of those. I absolutely don't know what it means. Maybe there will be another release which will not be limited. I think the US has a regular release, so there may be other ways of getting those than the limited numbers. And then we're going to be able to actually rip those people open, because first, before I show you basically the main difference, of course, between the Grim Reaper that they are released now. Basically same thing. I'm showing you the back of the pack, which is different, of course, because the figure was actually different. If I look, basically that was the Mego version. So as you can see, it's a completely different outfit. One is black, one is red. So it's actually quite easy to do the comparison for this one. We're going to get him out, and let's see actually more if we do have more differences between the two. The outfits look very, very similar. It's a similar cut, except of course one is red and one is yellow. The sculpt is exactly the same, and I suppose that basically it's the same thing. We do have the white legs, which are literally stained under the calf. So really the same figures, but completely different color of outfits, and it's about the same. They are the same size. Yes, thighs. Oh God, I can't. I'm very bad with my English today. So basically, those two are quite different in color, and then we're going to go to the Phantom of the Opera. One difference, of course, the packaging is quite different here. The interesting thing is that when they released the Tops version, they didn't have the hammer logo on the packaging, which is quite interesting, because now they have it. So there must have been, either it had been forgotten on the pack, or maybe there was some issue, because there's always been some issues with copyright for the Phantom of the Opera between Universal and Hammer, so it could be because of that, and then it was resolved, I suppose. So we're going to open that baby as well, and I can tell you already one thing, which is that he's actually is wearing a different outfit once again. So here is the Hammer, the Tops version. So as you can see, he's wearing a black outfit, whereas the new one has a brown outfit. The deco seemed to be, let me check. Yeah, the deco of the head decos are actually very, very similar. I mean, there may be some bit more dark hair on the newer version. And of course they do have their masks, which are identical. So, and like it was the case the first time, you can actually put the mask on. So let's see, it worked on. Now that I'm saying that, of course it's not going to work. Well, I will find it later. It's okay. And of course we do have the two versions with the mask. And does it work? Because the version that was from Tops, there was actually a way to actually put it and it worked. It doesn't seem to be working as well. I think it may be because the cut of the costume is ever so slightly different. So anyway, I'm not going to stay very long with those because we've still got plenty to see. And the next one is actually the cheekiest one. The Borg Queen. The back of the packaging is quite different because there was no picture on the Tops version, whereas this one has a picture of the charming Alice Kriege. And we're going to open it. She does look extremely similar, and once you see you get to compare them, you will see what the difference is. And let's say that it's very cheeky. So this was the version that was released through Tops, and this is the version that is released in Wave 15. Can you spot the difference? I mean, they are really nearly the same, except, well, it seems that the Wave 15 version has actually a bit more cleavage than the version that was released by Tops, which is interesting because actually it's more screen accurate, if you remember the costume of the Borg Queen. Other than that, I can't say that I see any difference between the two. I mean, it's not the best figure they've released, to be fair, but I do like it. I think it's quite fun. It's very, very Mego, 1970s, so I absolutely love it. And then we do have, let's go for the Mummy. So the Mummy from the Hammer movie. It looks very similar, but actually it's not. You do have a same thing, a different picture in the back, and when I open it, you will understand why I say that is different. First of all, we're going to have to untie him. The costume is actually done differently, so there's little bits, I suppose. So the first thing is, well, it does look quite similar to the one we had from Tops, except if I compare it to the Tops one, first of all, the head is a different color, and the costume is also, I mean, this is darker, this is browner. And also the big difference between the two is that this one has the holes. If you remember when I did the thing, they basically, well, you can see that it's actually clear. So you do have two holes on the chest and also in the back that allow the light to shine through, like in that famous scene of the movie, whereas this one doesn't. So there's a bit of a difference between the two, other than the skin color, which is much browner than the Tops version. We've still got 3 to go. Let's go for Worf. So Worf, interestingly, is one of those, again, that's limited to 1000 units, and it does have the other costume that is Deep Space Nine costume, isn't it? Or is it? No, or it? Well, it could be the Deep Space Nine costume, or it could be the Star Trek Generations costume version. because I am actually not sure that he wore that in Deep Space Nine. No, it is. It is the Generations movie costumes. So let's see. Yeah, I know I opened it even though it's a limited edition, but I mean, you know me, I love to free them from their plastic prisons. So well, I will have to put his costume a bit better, but because of course it's, let's see, I've got the original one. So you will see the big difference is that this is the Topps version and this is the new version. So a completely different costume. Is wearing actually the same costume that Cisco wears in the Topps figure. So really that's a very nice update, and it's very nice that we've got both versions. I'm pretty sure that this one will not be available again, because of course it was limited to the, it was exclusive to the Topps offer, and which is a shame. But I suppose that if you buy maybe a Geordie LaForge figure, you can always use Geordie LaForge's costume and adapt it yourself. I mean, I'm saying this, and I'm not saying anything, but maybe that could work. So really very cool. I mean, he's still one of my favorite of the lot anyway. And we do have the last two for the moment, which is the Plague of the Zombie. So the Plague of the Zombie, I'm pretty sure that the packaging is different as well, and the figure is actually quite different because it's a completely different costume. I'm just looking at it before I show it to you. So this was the release from Topps, which is really nice. I mean, I absolutely love him, if I don't drop it. So this is the version released by Topps, and this is the version released in wave 15. So quite a different costume. This is more, this is I wouldn't say more formal, but no, it's the darker version, darker costume, and this one is the regular costume from Topps. And we do have one left, and the reason why I kept this one last is because this one is the one with the most difference. So once again, it's one that's limited to 1,000 units in Europe, and you will notice, first difference is that you will notice that the Wave 15 Hunchback of Notre Dame is actually the Universal monster. It does have the Universal logo, so it is officially a Universal creature, and it does have the pictures and everything. So when we open him, you will see how different it is, because this is the one that was released by Topps, which I absolutely adore. It's a fantastic figure, but of course it's not an official Hunchback of Notre Dame from Universal Monsters. So it's a more, the sculpt is a more nondescript version of the Hunchback. It does have, of course, his hunch here, and then here is the version that's just been released. So this is the Topps version, this is the Wave 15 version, which has a completely different costume, but also a totally different head sculpt, because it is, of course, the proper Universal. I'm going to remove his hood so that you can actually see how gorgeous that sculpt is. So really very different. So here you go. There's more to come, because there's still about half of the Wave 15 to come, with like the new version of Cisco. There's a new Quark. There's two more Apes, Planet of the Apes. What else is there that I'm forgetting? There's the superheroes with Shazam and Black Adam and Ra's al Ghul and Green Arrow, and I think I'm just trying to think if I'm turning around to check if I'm not forgetting anything. But yes, there's also another version of Spock and another version of Core the Klingon. So here you go, Wave 15. It's already available in the UK. It's slowly starting to appear in the US as well. It just literally came out. So here you go, and you've got the comparison done for you. And I will speak to you again soon. Bye.